Today, we're going to be talking about shutter speed. What is shutter speed? Shutter speed is, well, pretty simple actually. It's the speed at which the shutter of your camera closes. Pretty obvious, huh? Well, I'm going to show you some examples of my work today that demonstrate different shutter speeds and how the different shutter speeds affect the pictures. And I'll also talk to you about when to use different shutter speeds. So, there's two different main shutter speeds, groups of shutter speeds: fast shutter speed and slow shutter speed. Fast shutter speed is going to get you a nice, crisp picture of whatever you're taking. There's going to be no obvious movement in the picture. It sounds funny saying movement in a picture. By movement in a picture, I mean blur. But with a fast shutter speed, you'll have no blur, nothing. It'll be the picture. It'll be like taking a screen grab of whatever you're taking a picture of. So that's good for fast moving objects whenever you don't want to blur, or they're just moving too fast to have a blur. Or maybe even you're riding along in a car and you're like, oh, I want to get a picture of this. You see something up ahead, maybe you see a tractor up ahead, and you're going to speed past it. Well, I hope you're not going to speed. Please don't speed. But you're going to drive past it, and you want to have a nice, crisp picture. You're going to set your camera to a faster shutter speed, so when you're driving past, you're going to take pictures of it, and it's not going to be blurry. So that's what fast shutter speed is. So I have two pictures here that had fast shutter speed on my camera. That was what I had set it to. I don't know exactly what it was, but probably around like an 800th of a second is what I think I had these on about. They're both aircraft, so obviously they're moving at a higher rate of speed than you normally would see just out in nature or whatever. The first one is a T6 Texan, and that's a picture I got at the Arium Summit in Johnstown. It flew over one day, not this year, but the year before that, and I was able to get a couple pretty good pictures of it, and that was one of them because I had my camera set to a fast shutter speed. And this other one is of a helicopter in Florida where I was on the beach and saw a helicopter coming. So I turned on my camera, had it on a fast shutter speed, and got this picture. Pretty nice, crisp. And you can see kind of the blades do not look like they're spinning. That's what I mean by kind of like a screen grab of whatever you're taking a picture of. There's no obvious movement here. It looks like it's just levitating in air, even though it's flying at probably 60 to 100 miles an hour. All right, that was fast shutter speed. Now we move on to slow shutter speed. Slow shutter speed is usually less than 1/100th of a second. So if you're taking a picture and you have your camera set to 1/100th of a second or slower, that's considered a slow shutter speed. Now, what do you use a slow shutter speed for? Well, there's actually a lot of things you can use that for. You could get a cool picture of a city at night, and the car, you won't get a picture of all the cars. It'll be kind of like a blur going up a road of red lights, or if they're coming towards you, white lights. You can get good pictures of fireworks, because obviously a firework is going to explode and dissipate pretty quickly. So you can get pretty awesome pictures of fireworks if you set your camera to a slower shutter speed. Other things that a slower shutter speed is helpful for is nature photography. If you're taking pictures of, say, a bird or an animal, especially birds, when you have it on a slower shutter speed, maybe exactly 1/100th or maybe like 1/60th, and you get a picture of a bird jumping to take off, you'll see their wings are blurred and maybe their body's just a tiny bit blurred, but you can tell they're taking off and it gives it a really awesome effect. So I have, once again, 2 examples of my work. This one is interesting. It just looks like a red line going through the picture. What that red line actually is a car. And that's a picture right by a road. I was looking out into the hills and got this. I had my camera set to, I believe, a 15-second shutter speed. So over the course of 15 seconds, the shutter closed and caught the picture. So that's one of my works with a slow shutter speed. Another one, as I was talking about, fireworks. We all love fireworks. Go up, big boom, bright colors. It's awesome. But unfortunately, it only lasts a certain amount of time. But if you're good with a camera, you can get pictures like this. Like that. You probably couldn't tell it was upside down, but I knew it was upside down. This was taken with like a 2-second shutter speed. So over the course of 2 seconds, the shutter closed and got this magnificent picture right here. This was up in Evansburg when they have their fireworks over Lake Rowena every year. So those are just 2 of many of my pictures, but those pretty clearly, I think, demonstrate what a fast shutter speed and a slow shutter speed does. And as you get better with photography, as I've gotten better with photography, you're able to use the fast and slow more and more, and you know what to use it for. And it takes time, a lot of playing around. You'll get pictures that don't come out good at all. I tried to get so many pictures of fireworks that just were blurry and not crisp like that one I just showed you. But it's all a learning game, and the more you learn, the better you'll become. And that's what I'm hoping for, is I keep learning and just get better and better and better. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned a bit about shutter speeds. Just kind of an introductory video here for shutter speeds. I hope to see you again on the next video.